An easier way to style curly hair with just one hair product, no tools, no clips. Let's get started. Now, if you have fine hair, you can do this styling technique on damp hair. That means the water is no longer dripping off the ends. Or if you have thicker strands of hair like mine, then your hair might love more hydration, and so having a slow drip to the ends is ideal. And then we're just gonna get started applying the gel. So I already washed, conditioned, came out of the shower with my hair still wet, not in a towel or anything. You can wrap it up in a bun or use a claw clip or styling clip, any way to put your hair up, or put it in a shower cap to allow you to come out of the shower, do some other things first before you're ready to begin styling your hair, and then you can add water as necessary to get the right hydration level before you begin applying your gel. And this first part is very important. You can see that I first lifted up some sections of hair to apply gel close to the roots. And then for the lengths of my hair, I can just rake in the gel. And I'm really feeling for that thoroughness, for the product to be from the roots to the ends, so that there aren't any areas that are missed and I won't have any surprise frizzy patches of hair in the end. And as you look down at your hair, you can see if there's any frizzy areas. And just with your fingertips, you can just press and smooth those curl clumps, those curl families. Press them together, smooth them down to really help minimize that frizz in the end. Once you've applied that gel all throughout, then just from the ends, lift your hair up to the roots and squish and hold. So I wouldn't necessarily call this scrunching, because this is just a slow process. And what you're really trying to do here is just release that excess water and again, help to distribute that gel throughout your hair. Then just give your hair a little bit of a shake so it can settle back in its natural position and it's not, flattened to one side of your head or another. It just allows it to find its natural place again. And that is the start of your drying process. But of course, anywhere along the way, you can do touch-ups as needed. So here I'm just smoothing out some more hair again after that scrunching process. I always want to smooth it out. So this is definitely extra. You can skip any detail work and go straight into your diffusing after that, but I've simplified that process for you as well. Now, if your hair still feels pretty wet, even after the squishing, you can use a soft cotton t-shirt or a muslin blanket or towel like I'm using here, which I'll link below for you. Then you can just use this where you just press that towel, that soft cloth up to your hair just to help soak up some of that water. And the diffusing process can be super simple. So my best recommendation for a beginner or a fast, quick process is just to diffuse for 10 minutes. So this is recommended so that you can get to that point where your gel has hardened into that gel cast. Even if you use a light hold gel, there will be a very soft gel cast. But at least if you get to that point, then that will protect your hair from frizz. And where air drying, for example, it just leaves so many hours for things to go wrong, for the wind, for movement, for friction against, furniture or your car seat or whatever it may be, to ruffle up your curls and cause frizz. So at least doing the minimal of 10 minutes of diffusing is ideal to really protect the set of your curls. Then you can just air dry the rest of the way. Of course, I have a lot of extras you can do, but that would be just the basic. And of course, there's different techniques that you can do for this 10 minutes, which is the hover diffusing, where you're not touching your hair, you're just using low to warm heat setting all around your hair. And then Pixie Diffusing is where you can lift up from the ends all the way up to the root, and that will create voluminous and bouncy curls because you're really emphasizing that lift and allowing it to dry and set in that lifted position. Okay, but if you're also looking for those bonus tips, those little extras for those design and styling details, here we go. So first we're going to start on the roots. Now the complaints are always about having flat roots or not having the same amount of volume. So let's do some root clipping. So after the 10 minutes of diffusing, we can use these root clips, which I'll link down below, and you can just set them to hold your hair in whatever position that you want. If you want a diagonal parting style, middle part style, whatever it may be, just open up those styling clips ever so slightly. So just about an inch, not too much, because you just want to grab a little bit of hair so it still has a natural look. You don't want a whole lot of hair to look pinched and have it set in that weird position. So just open it ever so slightly, use as many as you need. Make sure the ends, of course, are sticking out so they're easy to remove later. Then you can just leave these in for about an hour while you do anything else. They really just help to keep that parting style that you have and that lift at the roots while you're air drying, because since your hair is not completely dry, it's still going to have some of that water weight to pull your hair down. So the root clips just allow you some more freedom to do other things while your hair is drying, just to make the whole process a little bit more carefree. But of course, you can always come back, diffuse a little bit more, because whether it's 5, 10 minutes, even that little bit amount of time can help shave off hours of air drying time. The next bonus tip is to add a finishing spray. So yes, you can always just do a one styler routine, just gel and go, but adding a finishing hairspray can really just add some more polish to your finished look. Helps to smooth out frizz and do a little bit of that detail work around the framing of your face. Now take a look at the ends of my hair here. Compared to this, you can see that my ends look fuller and more lifted, and this can be achieved by using that diffuser and just cupping the ends of your hair and lifting them up, allowing them to dry in that more compressed curl position. So it isn't necessarily pixie diffusing where I'm bringing it all the way up to my scalp. I'm just lifting up those roots to really pump them up. Let's take out those root clips and finish up the styling process. So when you're taking out the clips, make sure that you move any hair out of the way so no hair gets pulled and you don't separate any of those curl clumps. Then you can hover diffuse the root area, because since they were pinched with those root clips, there are some patches that are going to still be slightly damp. So you can diffuse if you'd like to, but it's not necessary at all. You can still just air dry, but it just helps to make sure that those areas don't flop over or flatten out again, just in case you took them out a little bit too soon and that hair still is a little bit damp. So diffusing at this point, you can also scrunch out the crunch here if you'd like, if you're using a stronger hold gel. Otherwise, you're ready to go. So that is the super simple styling process, beginner tips, but also with a bunch of bonus tips in case you want to add a little something extra. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.